No, not that one. This If you're wondering why I'm sharing these videos right now, it's because this here stream is going to be talking about the Moorish nationals, who are probably the most aggressive nationals who want to be sovereign. Their sovereign technique, their approach is a little unorthodox, and they are more likely, in my opinion, causing most of the problems that actual state nationals have, which there's a difference between a Moorish national and a state national. And there are law enforcement officials all around the country who have been attacked and had firefights with, so to speak, with Moorish nationals more than anybody. And when I was incarcerated in the Michigan Department of Corrections, I was being tutored by many Moorish nationals, or people who were attempting to become Moorish through the UCC code within the system, so to speak. And civil rights, as many are confused about, are not what you think they are. Your civil rights do not even exist if you are a 14th Amendment citizen. You are literally a unwilling and unknowing slave to the corporate system known as the United States of America. Every time I go live, man, people want to start fucking messing. Every fucking time. Never fails. So sorry, I'm texting my it don't matter who I'm texting somebody. So anywho, and I gotta set my premium account up so I don't have these damn commercials anymore. I can't stand commercials. But the truth of the matter is that if you are a 14th Amendment citizen and you acknowledge that, you are essentially a slave to the corporation. I'm a slave to the corporation, and when you claim that your rights have been violated, you don't have rights unless a federal judge affirms that your rights were violated through the manipulated and jacked around rights through your privileges and protections. So I'm being distracted by fucking text messages. Fucking every goddamn time, man. I need to turn my fucking phone off when I go live, or you guys can fucking wait. So the fact that we are all 14th Amendment slaves is something that most people don't understand, and most people don't want to hear about it because their cognitive dissonance won't allow them to understand that there is a system that they are participating in, and that they are the, when they say, well, if you're part of the problem, being a 14th Amendment United States citizen is the problem. That is exactly why the government does what they do, because they have willing participants to rule over. There was a time before this country became a corporation, or this land, I should say, became a corporation, that you had sovereign individuals, which is what this country was founded upon, was individual sovereignty. And then when things needed to occur, the sovereigns united. But you try to give this information to people, you try to share it, and they reject it because they've been brainwashed by the actual beast system, who controls platforms like this, and the other ones who simply want to refer to anybody who shares the truth as conspiracy theorists, right? Well, we're not conspiracy theorists, we're conspiracy factists, and there's plenty of it out here to show exactly what's going on. And while I was incarcerated in the Michigan Department of Corrections for 4 years, I encountered many of men who are the Moorish community. They refer to, they changed their last names to El or Bey. And if you don't know what El is, it's the word for God, and, or king, whatnot. And so where we're at today in 2025, we're how far outside of the civil rights movement? We're even in the 60s, people of color couldn't drink out of the same water fountains as us, so they had to sit in the back of a bus and whatnot. And I'm sure that if you live in a big city, you probably have a Rosa Parks Avenue and multiple Martin Luther King, Jr. Avenue or road or whatnot. And what it boils down to is they want to keep your knowledge to a limited degree to protect their corporate structure. And again, if you were to look at the United States of America as a corporation that it truly is, and put it in the context of you being an employee, which you are, because legally defined in Black's Law Dictionary, you are, I am, we all are defined as everything under the sun except for man. You are a franchise, which is you're paying taxes out of your blood, sweat, and tears to support the corporation known as the United States of America. There's a difference. There's America, there's the United States, and then there is the United States of America. And when you peel back the layers of the onions of those three distinct and different entities, or those categories, you'll see the truth in what's really happening. So back in the day, I'm not going to get into a history lesson, but I'll give you a quick breakdown of it. We have been deceived. Your God-given natural rights as a man has been perverted, and they took them away and gave you privileges and protections. Not one place in the Constitution does it say that you have rights. It says you have privileges and protections. That's why your freedom of speech as a United States citizen, because you are under the control, the rules, the statutes, the codes, the ordinances of the municipalities who were given this right by the federal government when the Emancipation Proclamation occurred. And we all, like I said, I'm not going to give you a history lesson. I'll be here all day long. But if you don't accept this, there's nothing I can do to convince you. But if you want to learn how to achieve your God-given natural rights, and you tell the federal government, or essentially you're telling the states and the counties and the cities and the townships that you're not going to adhere to their victimless, nonviolent rules. You, as a human being, you should be morally responsible for your actions and your accountability. You know, you hear a lot of that lately in the community, the weirdos, I call them, the narcissistic panel curse. But that's a whole nother subject for a different day. So I'm going to share a comment, not a comment, but a posting from somebody that I pay attention to in the state national arena. I'm not going to tell you who it is. If I can avoid sharing that information, I'm going to avoid it, because I don't want to give them anybody any accolades, because I don't believe that all of these gurus out here, because I'm not a guru, but the gurus out here, they share information. And this guy that I'm about to share this post from is probably one of the better guru sources of liberty through correcting your status. But at the same time, you know, he himself, I've had conversation with him, and he got pissed off at me, and he blocked me from his, you know, social media a while back, because I believe that he was sharing, you know, bogus information that would cause people to get themselves mixed up in the matrix while they're trying to get outside of the matrix. If that makes any sense to you. I don't know, it probably don't make any sense to you, but I'm going to share this. If you find out who it is, if you see who it is, whatever, that's fine and dandy. But if you don't, that's the way that I wanted it. So I'll read this to you, this post. This is on Facebook, and this is the entire post. And it says, I've had several people send me the notary training video from Notary Coach with Captain Corey Flowers. I'll put the link down below. First and foremost, before people start losing their minds, you need to actually sit down and watch these videos and not let them get you so worked up. Actually consume the content and make a calm and educated investigation. If you fly off the handle and freak out over anything, you are never going to have any success in litigation. You need to not make all sorts of presumptions and actually review the material. First and foremost, I don't particularly think that this is a bad representation. The main examples he uses are Jerry Kane from the movie Sovereign, Wesley Snipes, and the Moorish Nation. I'll be perfectly frank, and this is going to upset probably a lot of you people who follow me. The Moors are extremely aggressive, and they typically annoy the fuck out of me. And this is where I agree with this individual, is that the Moors are extremely aggressive, and they annoy the fuck out of me as well. And I'll share a video with you here after I get past my blathering, where you'll see an actual encounter with a Moorish national with a law enforcement officer, and you can see the difference in how they react and how others react when it comes to their sovereignty. So just be patient with me, and if you don't, that's fine too. If it wasn't for Jalel Bey, you see Bey, that's they changed their name to Bey. But anyways, at Moorish Lighthouse Official and a few others, I would probably block a lot more of them. Most of this video is warning against the Moors. Personally, I think Jalel Bey is the greatest educator in the entire sovereignty movement, black or white or gray or pink. Now, to clarify my position, I've always had trouble with the Moors. I've experienced countless people in that movement at the very beginning when I first launched my website. I even had death threats by Moors for literally no reason. It's the only group or class that has actually threatened to harm me. Now, obviously, since I have shifted my entire platform over to the difference between a white state citizen and a non-white U.S. citizen, I have a lot of Moors essentially molesting my comment section I occasionally will block one if they are overly aggressive or borderline violent, but in general, I pretty much roll my eyes and I move on. The state citizen versus U.S. citizen argument is essentially irrelevant for Moors in relationship to a lot of what I've seen coming from them. They are not attempting to classify themselves as free white persons. They are essentially classifying themselves as Indians, in relation to which classification they would be in relationship to the federal government. What I don't understand is they want to push it in everyone's faces. They want to scream and yell about all their bullshit in his comment section, when obviously he or no one else or anyone else gives a fuck. My platform, his platform, is now about being a white citizen of a sovereign state, not being an Indian or a non-citizen national. That shift happened back in December 2024, January 2025. So it's been enough time now where I can start getting more aggressive about simply kicking them out, because there is literally no fucking reason why they are here. From my perspective, they often just want to argue about shit that is irrelevant to what we are trying to do. This obviously does not apply to all Moors, but is a general statement. Frankly, he's more annoyed by Moors typically than he is with law enforcement or judges. The only class more annoying, typically more than a Moor, is a bar card. And I agree with him. I completely agree with this individual. And if you guys know who he is, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you'll have to stick around, and eventually I'll introduce you to the individual that just posted that. And I'll give him a little bit of credit that he is probably one of the most generous individuals out there who would be considered a guru in the liberty, in the sovereign, status community. And he shares his information free. Most of the individuals out there who have platforms that are very large have fees attached to their information. And this individual, he doesn't charge anything. He has private sessions, that he might charge something or whatever. Basically, it's not even a charge, it's a donation. But I'm going to share a video of an encounter between law enforcement and a Moorish national, and you're going to see exactly how their interactions are a little different than the most. Because if you're a Moorish, you claim that you have Moorish sovereignty, you're probably very aggressive and you're not addressing the issue properly. They believe that their status is solid and that they have a leg to stand on, when they are the ones who are the harmful sect in the sovereign movement. They cause people to have negative interactions with law enforcement when they are being morally sound and respectful to law enforcement. And I know this is boring information to you because most of you want to be citizens. You guys most of you don't have the courage to become sovereign. Sorry for your luck. You know what? You continue to live your peaceful slavery, and real men, they'll seek dangerous freedom. And it's pretty sad that you guys, you don't have any interest in this. If there's no drama, then you run away like little weirdos. You really do. You run away like little weirdos. Scared little girls, you run away. That's what you do. Like scared little girls, you run away. Oh, freedom? No, I'm not capable of behaving and maintaining control of my own behavior. And while you all say that I'm out of control, no, when I'm tossed in the mix of a bunch of narcissists, it's kind of hard for me to bite my tongue. It's real funny though. That's what I'm experiencing out here. But this video right here is from Midwest, I think Midwest Accountability or some sort. It's a fairly big YouTube channel. And this guy was driving his little pickup truck and got a flat tire. And let's watch it. And I'd love to be able to tell you exactly what he's doing wrong as we're going along. I'll probably narrate over the top of it without stopping because I don't want to make this video, 2-3 hours. I want to keep it as short as possible.
You got your license on you?
No, I do not.
Do you have a license? Is that?
Say what?
Do you have a license?
Yeah, I'm trying to get home though, man.
The thing is that if you're going to seek sovereign status and you're going to try to get outside of the jurisdiction of the corporation, you need to understand that there are some things that you need to do to accomplish that. You can't just run around with an actual driver's license that's issued by the state of, insert the name of the state, the territory. You cannot drive around with their state plate on the back of your car with an expired tag. You cannot drive around because technically you're driving. You're not traveling. When you have their state plate, you have their registration and it's expired, and you haven't removed your private conveyance from the registration computers of your state, then you are within their jurisdiction, and you're never going to get outside of their jurisdiction if you don't understand the process. Just stating and claiming that I'm a Moorish, I'm a national or whatnot, it's not going to fly because you are in the jurisdiction. That's plain and simple. There's two separate jurisdictions. When you hear certain people that are in the panel curse and they talk about two jurisdictions, well, he's not wrong, but even he's not sharing the information correctly. He's keeping it, hogging it all to himself.
Yeah, I get it. I was just going to check to make sure you're okay, and then you stopped in the middle of the road.
No, you hurt my tire. That's obviously.
He's not stopped in the middle of the road. He's on the side of the road, and cops love to say that you're in the middle of the road, but whatever.
The reason why I stopped.
I don't know why you're getting so defensive.
And this is another thing that law enforcement have began to do, is that they like to say, why are you being so defensive? Well, you're defending your constitutional privileges. And so they always want to be the ones on the defensive. This is another tactic of the Marxist movement where they accuse you of doing something that they're being. This cop is being very defensive. He was here to help. He wouldn't be asking for his driver's license. It's none of his fucking business who he is. He really has no right to know who this individual is. Zero right.
I'm just checking.
Look. Don't you see this?
I'm literally checking.
But I have to get home to my baby, man.
I get it. I don't know why you're being so defensive, though. You are. You're jumping down my throat here when all I was doing is checking up on you.
Jumping down his throat. Do you guys understand how you weirdos, no matter whether you're in law enforcement or you're just another fucking YouTuber, when you say that somebody's jumping down your throat, this guy's jumping down his throat? Isn't that a little out of context and an extreme exaggeration?
I'm not jumping down your throat.
I'm in. All right. What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, hold on, son.
What's your name? Hey, man, get off your phone. If you give me your name, date of birth, we'll get you going on.
If you surrender your Fourth Amendment privileges to me, we'll get you going. We'll get you out of here, okay?
Out of here, okay?
Because of my tire, that's why you're going to check my plates?
Well, your plate's not coming back to anything. Hey!
I caught a flat tire, so you're going to ask for my license because I caught a flat tire.
Here we go with these goddamn commercials. I gotta get my, I should just do it right now.
What if you were prepared for all those interview curveballs?
I just left work.
I gotcha.
I'm getting a hard
If you just give us your name, date of birth, we can attach.
If you just surrender your Fourth Amendment privileges, we can attach you to it because that's what we're here to do.
Attach you to this because I'm out with you. As long as you come back clean, we'll let you go. I don't get what the problem is.
When you have your four-ways on, that's your hazard lights.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay, then.
Let me speed this up a hair because this is gonna drag out.
But you stopped in the middle of the road.
I did not stop in the middle of the road.
You stopped right here.
Yes, because I had my hazards on. You're allowed to stop if you got your hazards on.
And I'm allowed to stop to make sure you're okay.
Yes,
On the side of the road.
What's your name and date of birth?
Middle of the road. You know what the middle of the road is? It means that the middle of your car would be straddling the yellow lines or the dotted lines. Or
Buddy.
Hello?
Take him up for obstruction.
The police just stopped me. My tire went flat, and now they ask me what my license is.
Yeah.
obstructing the privacy of who he is. He has not committed a crime. He has not. There's no reason for anybody to know who he is. It's none of your fucking business copper.
The plate doesn't come back to anything.
And I'm not really supporting this guy, but I'm supporting the fact that he has the right to not tell you who the fuck he is.
I don't understand like why they give me a hard time.
You're giving me a hard
I did
time.
not jump down your throat, and you got me on camera. I did not jump down.
You
your throat.
did. I just asked for your name and date of birth, buddy. That's all I
The
wanted.
only thing I said was try to get home.
I think if anybody's jumping down anybody's throat, it's the law enforcement officer jumping down this guy's throat. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't hear it. So
He's a Moorish national. That doesn't mean anything because he's still driving around in their jurisdiction with a license in his pocket and a license plate on the vehicle that he's in.
She said I'm a Moorish national. You know what that means?
I don't know what that is.
The term Moorish national drive.
Yeah, here this isn't even right. This is the funny thing is that it's got nothing to do with Morocco. They think he's like that idiot K-fart where they believe that Moorish national is attached to Morocco. No, it's not. Because you guys are uneducated.
Refers to as a term used by some members of the Moorish sovereign citizen movement who believe they are not subject to United States traffic laws. They're
not subject to any law, national, if done properly, if their status is corrected properly, and they have removed themselves from the corporation that makes up laws outside of the 10 commandments that God gave us to dwell on this land, which is called the common law of the land. Yeah. It's not just U.S. traffic laws. It's all laws that have no victim and no crime. And this is the thing. They just traffic laws. And it's not traffic laws. It's traffic codes, statutes, and ordinances. They're not laws.
also may attempt to use fraudulent documents or claim sovereign status to avoid having a driver's license, registering their vehicle, or paying fines. The lawyer will continue using.
It's not a lawyer. She's what is referred to as an attorney of fact. Legally defined, you can call yourself an attorney. That's not an unlawful practice of law as a citizen in the corporation.
This tactic even when she soon shows up to argue with officers in person.
Tell him.
Okay, we'll just tow your vehicle.
You just gonna tow my vehicle? Yeah. Sorry, they just said they gonna tow my vehicle. Really?
It's out flat tire. You can't be driving it. The plates don't come back to anything. How about you just give me your name and date of birth?
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
Officers in Galley, badge number 8070.
This guy, and then the alleged attorney asked the law enforcement
Hands in your pockets.
what's his status.
Oh, my hands in the pockets. What's your status?
What do you mean status?
What is your nationality? You don't have one. This is the thing, is that Moorish sovereign individuals who are Moors, their ideology is really distorted and really twisted. And I might get some flack from this if it ever gets out there, but I don't give a fuck.
What are you talking?
We're not making a nationality thing about it.
What nationality, man? I'm with the police department.
We are nationalists, North Americans. You know what that means? I'm not in no jurisdiction.
You're in our jurisdiction.
You are in. See, this guy wants to claim that he's not in their jurisdiction, but he is. When he's using the wrong terminology. He's got a state issued plate on the back of his vehicle. He's got a driver's license at home that he didn't rescind properly and legally, and you are in their jurisdiction. Just claiming you're not in the jurisdiction doesn't make it so.
56 in my head.
You have to literally take the actual steps to remove yourself, your legal entity. You have to remove your legal entity from the legal system.
Do I have to have you come up here?
We're coming out here. It's not going to do anything, man.
Yes,
What this is, he's probably talking to his girlfriend.
it is.
No, it's not. Your plates don't come back to anything. You're driving down here with a flat tire. You got to light out.
Okay, that's not my fault that I caught a flat tire, man. Like I wanted to catch a flat tire. I didn't want to catch this.
Just tell me who you are.
So give me your information. You go home to your son.
If he was smart, he would just say, "My name is so and so," and let them do. If you don't have any warrants, just do it. And if they'll probably still fuck with you. So just try to just give them your fucking name, dude. Shut them the fuck up. If you don't have any warrants, all they can do is what? They can't do anything to you. Give you tickets. And if you don't have an actual driver's license and you rescinded it, giving you a ticket attached to a driver's license has no effect. It's pointless. There's nothing to attach it to. That's like saying, hey, I'm going to give you this tire for your car. Well, you don't even own a car. What's the point in giving you a tire? It's useless. It's pointless. It's a really lame comparison, but that's what it is.
Okay, is she an attorney?
Is she what? Is she an attorney? Yes, she is.
What's her bar number?
Sorry, they said what's your bar number?
She doesn't have a bar number because an attorney of fact isn't a member of the British accredited registrant, which is something that is monitored, controlled, and issued through the United States Corporation, which is owned by the Royal Crown of England, hence the British accredited registrant. Lawyers are here to manage the affairs of the Royal Crown on their behalf. It's something that most of you guys don't know, but you know, when I jump over to other panels, they think that they're going to give me a history lesson, or they're going to tell me something where, you know, when you have a lawyer represent you, that's you saying that you're legally insane. You think I don't know this? I can teach you something.
When you are more national American, you don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't need a bar number.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
In order to be an attorney in the United States, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
In order to be a lawyer in the United States of America, you must have a bar card, or the corporation with its endless laws will prosecute you for practicing law without a license, which license means a permission slip.
I just had to represent me for a case. No, you do not.
Go tell her to get ready for another case.
They said tell you to get ready for another case.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a
More
rare
of these
find.
goddamn-
There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their
What's your badge number?
Real 63.
Sorry, write it down. Real 63. The hazards means if somebody follows
The hazards don't mean that I can't stop you, okay? The hazards mean I can still jump out with you, buddy. It's
you hurt my tire. So
yeah, that's why I'm making sure everything's okay.
You heard my tire, right? That's why I'm making sure everything's okay. Well, again, well, maybe I didn't say it yet, but in the United States of America, the United States Supreme Court, who is the head judges in the corporation, they have ruled multiple times that law enforcement have no duty or obligation to protect and serve the citizens, which are the subjects. Their duty and obligation is to protect themselves. So that's why you probably see all the cop cars everywhere in the country that don't have protect and to serve on them no more.
They can show you
You want to have their cake and eat it too.
cars able to be driven. How come your plates don't come back to anything? How come your plates don't come back to anything? They don't. I ran them twice. But I need to know who you are.
He's got plates on his vehicle. And the fact that he has plates on his vehicle literally gives them jurisdiction over him, because he's flying a placard on his vessel, so to speak, his land vessel. What's up, DMCA lawyer? You probably ain't going to like things I say about British accredited registrants, because I know that you think that the sovereign movement is nonsensical, but that's okay. We all have our own opinions. I have the knowledge of 40 years of researching it.
You're about to be under arrest. Just tell me who you are.
So they said about
So the guy should just tell him who he is. If there's no warrants for his arrest, then the only thing you can do is get some tickets. That's it.
they said about the arrest me. Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah.
You want to go to jail, or do you want to just get some tickets? Me, I would prefer a bunch of tickets.
I'm not trying to cause no issue. Yeah, what's going on? I just
If you want to tow your vehicle, this is what you got to understand. When you step outside the jurisdiction, or you attempt to step outside the jurisdiction, you're going to find that it's not going to be an easy path. It's not going to be an easy choice. You're going to have these setbacks. You're going to have these encounters until more people start understanding their God-given liberties and they exercise them. Then these things are going to continue to happen with those few who decide to step outside the jurisdiction. But this guy's always going to have a problem because he's not completely outside the jurisdiction. I can show you an individual who is literally outside the jurisdiction, and he doesn't have these problems. Not to this degree. He may get his vehicle towed, but it's a simple remedy. It's a simple remedy.
the officer here. I'm trying to get her to myself. Huh? Is your sergeant out here?
I am sergeant.
Sergeant?
Yeah.
Okay, he's on here, sergeant. Look it up. Look it up.
You might not be causing any trouble as a Moorish national, and he was just trying to get home to his son, but you're not cooperating with the street thugs, so to speak. Just give him your name and be done with it. If he gives you a bunch of tickets and he tows your car, at least you're still on the streets. You're not in a jail cell. You're not being strip searched. Your photos not being taken. Your fingerprints are not being gathered. You are able to walk wherever you need to walk to, call whoever you need to call. It sure beats going to jail, buddy.
Hey, look, I work at the freaking man out there.
And then once you go to jail, you get out of jail, and then you're no longer dealing with law enforcement no more. Then you got to go and deal with the prosecutors of the municipality who you are now being charged with. You go and you deal with the prosecutor. The cops aren't involved in it. I don't know why these Moorish nationals or anybody who claims that they're sovereign doesn't understand making your life, might be difficult, but make your life a little easier. Is that easy?
You not the phone. I can't listen to both of you, okay? Can you just hang up for a minute and call her back?
So when I correct my status and I hit the road and I start having these encounters and I record them and I upload it to the internet, you're going to see how I handle it. And then you're going to see after the encounter with law enforcement, you're going to see how I handle it with the prosecutor. You're going to see how I handle it in the courts, even if my goal is to not even get into court. My goal is for the prosecutor to understand that it's not going to be very easy for them to prosecute me for being an unsafe driver when I have an entire lifelong history of being a driver versus now I'm a traveler because I quit the corporation. I know it's a very difficult concept for many to comprehend, but it's reality. I quit the corporation. I don't have to participate anymore unless I hurt somebody, unless there's injury, loss, or harm. Right, guys? Those of you who love to say loss, injury, or harm.
Okay,
Who did you injure? Who did you harm? Who had the loss when you're not paying fees for a driver's license or a registration? Who is being harmed there? Nobody. The state cannot be a victim. The government cannot be a victim.
Hold on. I'll stay on the phone.
Okay, can you mute her or something for a minute?
Despite they will claim that they are a victim, they will go to the fullest extent of their ability to claim that the state is a victim.
He's my authorized representative.
Okay, so what's going on?
I just caught a flat. He said that I stopped in the middle of the road. I wasn't bothering nobody. I wasn't causing any harm. Okay. I didn't damage nobody's goods. So therefore,
no harm, no injury, no loss. Right? I agree with this man here.
What is the issue? I'm standing up.
What is the issue? The issue is that you actually have a metal, steel, galvanized, painted license plate with the state of, which is probably Pennsylvania, because if he's in Erie County or Huron County, I'm going to assume he's in Pennsylvania. And you're driving around, you're not traveling. You have their placard on there. That's a commercial plate. So they're going to assume that you're driving. So you are in their jurisdiction, even though you're not hurting anybody, even though there was no loss, no injury, no harm, and you're just minding your own business, trying to get home to your kid. I agree with this guy at this point.
I freaked my ass off now because they started to give my information. If you was really trying to help me, you would try to say about that tire, not about a plate.
Okay, well, your vehicle's causing a hazard in the road, so.
This vehicle is not causing a hazard in the road. If a law enforcement officer was worth anything, they would turn their red, blue flashers on and wait for the guy to fix his tire and then let him get on his way. That's what law enforcement officers should be doing in today's day and age, but they don't because they have been contracted by the municipalities to get an investment on the return because of the high budgets, which the high budgets are now invested into the unions and the pension funds. So law enforcers on the street can get huge pensions after they retire. So they have to earn their keep, so to speak, and they got to fuck with everybody. They got to harass everybody, and they got to gather as much revenue as they can from everybody. Prosecute, arrest, you name it. Nobody gets a pass anymore.
And I was trying to pull over, but now
Okay, so
Discretion has been thrown out the window 99% of the time.
why aren't you giving your information?
because that's not why you stopped me. Is because I just
Please just hang up the phone.
This woman, his girlfriend, who claims that she is his attorney, is not helping the situation. She's just running her fucking mouth on a phone, saying nonsensical stuff. To a certain extent, is she correct? To a certain extent, but it's not something that you would be presenting in this encounter. You don't go. You're entrapping us. Cops are just fucking doing their job, trying to ensure that their pensions are fully intact by giving the municipalities that they're contracted through a return on their investment, an investment in their pension funds.
what's the congressman committed?
Your vehicle's causing a hazard in the road, okay?
Sit in my-
So if you don't give your information and stuff, we'll just tow the vehicle. I'm trying to understand what's going on, but I can't listen to you on the phone at the same time.
That's called retaliation. If you don't surrender your Fourth Amendment privileges, we're just going to tow that vehicle. Well, they can do that.
Okay.
Now we're not talking at the same time.
I'm not listening to both of you, okay? Let's hold on a minute. So what's going on?
He came by. It sounded like he had a flat. So
Yeah.
I got behind him. As I get behind him, he just stops.
Okay.
So put my lights out, I jump out, and
When you get behind him, you have your lights on. He stops because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stop when a cop turns his reds and blues on, and he pulls over. Now you're telling him he's blocking the road. Which these cops, I hate to say it, cops are pretty fucking ignorant human beings. Most of them are really low IQ. And this is why they seek out low IQ individuals to become law enforcement officers, because they're much easier to follow the bullshit rules, and they don't have the ability to critically think and to reject the insanity that they represent. So that's why they seek low IQ individuals. And most of them have a propensity to become or are already near the psychological deficiency of psychopaths or narcissists. You know, people who don't have any remorse. I don't know how anybody can be a cop. Yeah, it's just my opinion. It's insane. You have to be somewhat heartless to become a cop. It's true. Not an insult. I'm just stating the fact.
like he was looking at his side of his thing. So I was like, hey, buddy, what's going on? I run the plate doesn't bag anything. There's no registration sticker on it or anything.
Yeah.
So I come out, I'm like, hey, just give me your information. That way we can just make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
He refuses to. Says he's a whatever national. I'm thinking sovereign.
Whatever national sovereign.
He says that's his girlfriend or wife, whoever. He says it's his attorney, and she doesn't have a bar number because she doesn't
See, look at that. It's his girlfriend and attorney. How did I guess? Girlfriend, wife, or attorney? She doesn't have a bar number.
need one.
He doesn't want to identify himself. He
What if she doesn't have a bar number? It doesn't mean anything.
can go to jail then.
Yeah. I mean, it's a plate comes
I'd like to see the patch on his arm, see what city this is in.
back to nothing.
Yeah. All right. So last chance. Either give your ID or you're going to go to jail for, or you need to identify yourself, okay? So your choice.
Look, man, we just want your identity. We just want
It's no big deal.
Okay, so now they said they're going to take me to jail.
So if you were faced with the threat of being incarcerated over giving your identification, give your identification. It's a simple, I understand it's the principle of the thing, but do you want to go to jail and have the vehicle towed and face charges? To me, that's nonsensical, because why would you want to fight it in the streets? Fight it in the courts. Fight it with the prosecutor before you even get into the courts.
just identify yourself.
Because I didn't identify myself, that's why.
And you're driving a motor vehicle.
No, sir, I'm traveling.
You're not traveling, my friend. You have a state issued license plate on your pickup truck over here. You are considered within their jurisdiction, and anybody in their jurisdiction, they're going to say that you're a driver. You're not traveling when you have that plate on the back of that vehicle that you're traveling in, my friend.
Welcome.
This is the problem with Moorish nationals. This is a problem with many of these YouTubers out here who share information and they don't clarify exactly how do you get out of the jurisdiction. It's not just by saying, I don't want to be a sovereign now. That's not how it works.
All right, hand that back, buddy. All right, so now he's booking me.
I don't know why you made this difficult. Do you not have a driver's license? Is that the issue?
You got warrants? That's what I think I do. I was just trying to get home to my son. That's all you need to do is get your information.
Is this you or you Ben?
That's what it says here.
Was this all worth it?
Huh?
Is this worth it?
He's got a debit card with his name on it. And that debit card has his name in all capital letters. So he's not a sovereign.
It didn't have to go this way.
I don't know why you didn't identify yourself. That's all we needed from you.
On the car. Listen, this is your last chance. You can either identify yourself now, and we can just go with what's going on with this vehicle, or you can go to jail for obstruction and failure to identify yourself. So that's your choice what you want to do right now.
I'm just trying to get home to my son. Bro.
Okay, so you got to drive.
Well, so if you just want to get home to your son, what's the best way of getting home to your son? While you're standing here in handcuffs, about to be put into the backseat of the fucking patrol car.
Driver's license? It's not a big deal if you don't have a driver's license. Do you not have one?
My driver's license is at the house. I'm just trying.
My driver's license is at the house. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot be outside of the jurisdiction with traffic laws in the United States of America as long as you possess a state-issued driver's license, no matter what status that license is. If it's expired, if it's suspended, if you just don't carry it with you, you still have a driver's license. And you cannot be a sovereign when you have a driver's license. You must, I repeat, you must go to the state, wherever you are, and go to that licensing bureau and file the documentation that says, I no longer want to have a driver's license issued in my name and I'm rescinding it. It's that simple. But the license has to be in good standing. It's a contract. That contract cannot have any default attached to it, meaning that if you have any, driver assessment fees from previous encounters where you had tickets, if you have outstanding tickets attached to that driver's license and you haven't paid them, if your license is suspended or revoked, it has to be in good standing for you to rescind it. You can't have any violations of the clauses, the endless amounts of clause, the little clause factors that are in the fine print. You cannot have a driver's license at home and claim that you're a sovereign. You can't be one in the same. It's just as much as I make the point that you cannot be sovereign and a citizen at the same time. And those who claim you're a sovereign citizen, like law enforcement or the government, they might as well say, hey, I have a cat dog at home. You want to come over to my house and see my cat dog? Front half is a kitty cat. The back half is a dog. There is no such thing as a sovereign citizen, my friends. And this is what really annoys me with people that are on the internet or attempting to live the sovereign lifestyle, because it's not something that you do on the weekends. It becomes your entirety. It becomes everything that you are. You must trade in your peaceful slavery for dangerous freedom. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have a valid license?
I don't know if it's valid, but I have.
Are you willing to give your social security number?
I don't have my social security number on me.
He doesn't know if his driver's license that he has at home is valid. That's because he just decided to not go renew it when his birthday came around or whatever date is attached to the expiration of that license. When I correct my status and my birthday, it expires on 2025, and I just say, my license, I'm good. I don't have a license no more. That's not how it works. You cannot just say, I'm just not going to use that card no more, that slave card, as some YouTubers like to call it.
But I do.
You don't know it?
No, not by heart.
What's your name and date of birth?
Who doesn't know their social security number by heart? I just would say that's none of your business, and I'm not giving it to you. But I wouldn't have went that far. I would have presented my social security card, or excuse me, my passport ID. I would have provided my passport ID, which got my name on it, and that's all they need. That's identification. Asking me for my social security number, none of their business. Asking me what is my address, none of their business. Because the whole purpose of a driver's license is not just for your name. It's so they can attach penalties and fees to that contract. Your name only. When it has your address on it, That really brings you into their jurisdiction. Your zip code. It's what it's about. The United States of America has zip codes. It has a purpose for the questions that they're asking. There's a purpose of it. And this is what most Moorish nationals, and a lot, it's not just Moorish nationals, I'm not picking on these guys, but it's a lot of these idiots out here that are with their First Amendment YouTube channels telling them the Supreme Court says you don't need a driver's license. And then people go, well, I listened to that retard on YouTube. Well, they don't think he's a retard. They think that they're, providing truthful information. Well, that's the truth that the Supreme Court says you don't need a driver's license. But they don't reiterate and they don't clarify exactly how you remove the driver's license from your legal entity. You're a legal entity. That all caps name that you run around using is your legal entity. There's your natural man, when your mommy and daddy gave you a name. That's the flesh and blood man. And then you have a legal entity attached to you. It's not rocket science, guys. What's definitely not true?
Contact is being route and vehicle will be attached.
Okay, what's your date of birth so we can look you up?
He's not attached to the RP.
Is that why you want to identify yourself?
I didn't think I was suspended.
Have a seat in the car. Go have a seat.
Bob ran his name through the credit card that he got out of his pocket and found that he has a driver's license because his face is fucking attached to that. Then he says that his driver's license is suspended. Well, then you are in their jurisdiction and you will be subject to their municipal codes and statutes and ordinances associated with driving, because you are within their jurisdiction, my man. You have a license, albeit suspended. You didn't terminate the contract with no violations of that contract, hence a suspension. You got to remove the suspension, pay the tickets, whatever it is that's associated with that suspension, and then you rescind a clean driver's license. Then you rescind it. And then you don't have a driver's license.
I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, we explained to you a million times. I am claustrophobic.
Exposed. The caliber mistake that could haunt your family forever. You think you made the right choice. Well, did you know
Supreme Court has?
You know you also have a warrant out here.
And don't tell me, show me the case law. I'm not playing that fucking game. You don't know what you're talking about, Brandon. Sorry, my friend. Sorry, Brandon. You're the moron. If I'm misunderstanding your comment, maybe I am. But the Supreme Court has ruled you do not need a driver's license. As a U.S. citizen, you need a driver's license. The Supreme Court has ruled when you are a sovereign and you're outside the jurisdiction, you don't need a driver's license. Yes, it has been ruled.
County, right? What's your warrant for out of Erie County?
What do you mean warrant for out of Erie County?
You have a warrant out of Erie County, so what's it for? You know?
I have no warrant out of Erie County.
Okay, well, they'll come pick you up and get you out of jail, okay?
Later, after the suspect is booked in at the jail, his lawyer shows up.
I was on the phone. I was the one on the phone.
Okay.
I heard everything.
Is that a body cam? Well, apparently it is a body cam. And this is Ben's girlfriend claiming that, she's got her hair bag on. She must have been doing her hair or something. We should have wanted to take a shower and get her hair wet. Whatever. But she is coming up here acting like she's an attorney, and she's not making things any better. For real. I'm not picking on these guys, but these are the idiots. Just a fact. These are the idiots that are literally causing problems in the sovereign movement. You got the Moorish, you got the state nationals, you got the whoever the categories. If everybody got together on the same page and they united, then there wouldn't be this confusion on the behalf of law enforcement. That's why the other night I shared that video of the law enforcement officer in Rexburg, Idaho, who pulled over Mato. And that officer, I had a fairly good conversation with him the one night, and then I had another conversation with him, and I was trying to get permission, or he was trying, the law enforcement officer was trying to get permission from his superior to have a dialogue with me. Well, I haven't heard from the assistant chief. Shocker.
Yeah.
But I will be calling the assistant chief back to ask if I could get his approval to have conversations with Isaiah Stanfield was the name of the patrol officer. And he's open to it because he wants to know more. And this is the problem, that most law enforcement officers aren't interested in the truth behind sovereign status. Their brain does not compute that you can be a sovereign and not in the jurisdiction of the United States territories. It's not rocket science, you guys.
I was trying to figure out, you guys got him as obstructing and failure to identify.
That's correct.
Yeah, his Fifth Amendment right, he does not have to identify. And then did you guys have a Fourth Amendment sworn warrant to search and seize him?
He doesn't. See, when you're a sovereign, when I become sovereign, I'm not going to rely upon the Constitution, because the Constitution it's got nothing to do with sovereignty. There's nothing in that Constitution that gives you any validity to being sovereign. That is in relation and completely and totally to United States citizens. Am I wrong here? No, I'm not wrong. Somebody will tell me I'm wrong, but no, I'm not wrong.
Him and his vehicle?
The vehicle was towed because it did not have valid plates, and it was obstructing the roadway with a flat tire.
What actual crime was committed?
There was no crime committed. When you're a United States citizen, or if you're, let me back up. If you're a Moorish national, and I don't know if he corrected his status through the State Department or if he's just claiming he's a sovereign. I don't know. But if he's done the proper status correction through the United States, not the United States of America State Department, the United States State Department, then you are subject to the laws of the municipalities, because your fucking plate, then your license is attached to it. So you are in the jurisdiction. You're not outside of it. It's that. I can't stress this enough, and these videos irritate me.
Originally, I was just checking on him due to the fact that he had a flat tire. He stopped in the middle of the roadway. So he was
on his hazards too.
Yeah, but he was obstructing the road.
But when I told you, I referred to you on the phone that he was a Moorish national, you guys disregarded it.
He still has to follow the law.
They disregard you telling them that he is more national because he is still within their jurisdiction. You have not completed the entire process to remove yourself from the jurisdiction of the corporation known as the United States. Hence, the corporation known as the state of Pennsylvania. Hence, the corporation known as maybe the city of Erie, or whatever city law enforcement officers pulled him over. They're all corporations, and they're going to keep you in their corporate jurisdiction if you have documentation or attachments that keep you in the jurisdiction. So to sit here and to spew your nonsensical crap is really annoying.
Laws of the state of Ohio.
Okay, let me read this to you.
Oh, state of Ohio.
So he was traveling for one, and I would just like to know, what is the crime for? The crime that you're putting it at? What is the crime for? So he was traveling for one, and I would just like to know.
He wasn't traveling. He's got a state plate. You guys got to understand how you travel versus how you drive. Just to claim you're traveling doesn't fly.
What is the crime for? The crime that you're putting it as is for obstructing the roadway and failure to identify. As I told you,
he was obstructing the roadway with his vehicle. The plates did not come back to the vehicle, so that's fictitious plates.
I wouldn't say they were fictitious.
They did not come back to the vehicle, which under the law.
So what made you stop to even bother?
I was stopping to check on him originally.
I mean, you were stopping to check, but then as soon as you stopped to check,
I ran the plates because
you ran the plates beforehand or after.
Right before I got out of the vehicle, I ran the plates.
You ran the plates.
They didn't come back to anything. I ran them again through my dispatcher when I was up there to make sure that I didn't just mess it up. So verifying that.
So you ran the plates beforehand, and then you ran them again.
Because I had to know who I was out with. I'm allowed to run any plate that's on the roadway.
Yes.
Yes, technically it is. It's case law.
Laws. I mean, I have case law in front of me, so I know how to read it off my top of my head as well on the paper. But he was traveling as well. But you obviously didn't even have a crime that existed, and you didn't. Was there an injured party?
No, there doesn't need to be.
You violated his Fourth Amendment right as well as his Fifth. He has a Fifth Amendment right, which I'm sure you're aware of because you took oath to it, right? The Constitution.
Any questions you need about the law, you can speak to you can talk to the attorney.
I don't
once she gets. Oh no,
she's counsel myself.
No, our attorney.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is,
you can talk to her about that once.
But you did.
I'm going to write the report, and then I'm going to give it to her.
How can I speak to her about something that's coming from you?
Because I'm going to write the report. She's going to file the charges, so everything's going to go through her.
So, like I said, she should have just let the guy go through. He should have just went through the process, give him his ID, get some tickets, come to the prosecutor and say, look, but he is responsible for the tickets if he has a driver's license and suspended. So if he did not have a license and he rescinded it properly, went through the correct process, and he no longer has a license, he could go to the prosecutor and say, look, you can't attach a fine to something that I don't have. I don't have a contract with you, so I'm not obligated to pay any fines if I don't have a contract. And it's that simple. But hey, I know this is boring to people. They can't comprehend it. It does not compute how this works. I know it does not compute, right?
So he wasn't taken before a judge before you guys locked him up, which is kidnapping, correct?
No.
So he wasn't. Yeah, it is correct. You didn't take him before a judge.
No, I took him to jail.
Anytime you arrest someone, they're supposed
You're kidnapping them. You guys need to stop with the kidnapping shit.
to go before a judge.
He goes before the judge tomorrow.
And he spoke tomorrow.
You pledge your allegiance to the United States of America, and you submit yourself, your personam jurisdiction. You submit that to, and you subject yourself to. There is no kidnapping. You are in agreement. You are in total agreement. Once you step outside of that jurisdiction and you're sovereign and they take you into custody, I guess you could say you're being kidnapped. But no, you would be being held hostage as a political prisoner, if you want to get technical about it. And I'm sure I'll receive flack over that comment, right?
That's not what I got from the Huron County.
Unless he finds out.
No, that's not what I got from him. He told me he'll be there from Wednesday to Monday.
Well, he has a warrant out of Erie County as well.
So you didn't see that warrant when you ran his tags?
No, because the tags didn't come back anything. Once we ran the VIN off the truck, it came back to him.
Who was the other officer?
Officer Real.
See, once they ran the VIN off the truck, it came back to him. So now if Ben, the driver, not traveler, because he's a driver still at this point, the driver of that vehicle who had a flat tire, if Ben would have went through the proper process and contacted the state of Ohio or wherever the vehicle was originally titled and said, I want you to remove my vehicle from your registration, take it off of your books. There is a process to do that. When the law enforcement officers, if he would have done that, law enforcement would have read his VIN number and put it through their system of the state of Ohio, where registered vehicles are kept, and is no longer registered in the state of Ohio. It would have came back as no vehicle found, and it wouldn't have any name attached to it. Do you understand? No, it's that simple, guys. So they would not have gotten his name, even though they got it off of the debit card or credit card he had in his pocket.
Real?
Yeah, he gave you his name over the phone as well.
No, he didn't give me his badge.
Real 63.
Real 63 is what he said.
Real or real?
Real, R-E-E-L.
R-E-L. Okay, and his badge
R-E-E-L.
number is 63?
63.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And see you in court.
Yep, that's cool.
Now, I would like to get in touch with Officer Real, number 63, in that department and have a conversation with him about this encounter.
Recently come to learn that a lot of founders and marketers don't quite know how to work the competitive marketing strategy.
Deal with these.
Less than a month later, the suspect is stopped by police for his...
In any genre, I'm going to continue to do my content, because I don't have any content and I don't have anything to talk about, but I'm going to do what I planned on doing. And so you guys want to learn about how to become free, or you want to remain a slave, so to speak, keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to pay attention to anything I say. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to watch my content. You can go and watch all the other channels that are out there. There's a million channels out here. So now Ben, after he got out of jail, after he bonded out and had those charges attached to his contract through his driver's license because he's in their jurisdiction. Here's incident number 2 about, I don't know, month or two later, 3 months later. Here's Ben, round 2.
Fictitious plates yet again.
Ben, I got a warrant for your arrest.
A warrant for my arrest?
Yep.
For what?
Step out of the vehicle.
For what?
You didn't show up for court.
I didn't show up for court.
Yeah. Ben, step out of the vehicle.
Step out of the vehicle for what?
Why wouldn't you show up to court, Ben? That shows dishonor, as some likes to say. That shows dishonor. That shows that you aren't morally responsible, that you're not accountable for what occurred. You should have went and dealt with the prosecutor. And if the prosecutor wouldn't have dismissed the tickets or the charges or whatnot, then you go deal with it in the court. But this is the problem, is that you allowed it to get to this point. Now you got round 2 coming up here. Watch and see what happens with round 2, guys.
You got a warrant.
My court date is not until January 18th. What do you mean?
Step out of the vehicle or I'm going to force my way in there and get you out of there.
You're going to force your way in here.
He claims that he has a court date on January 18th coming up. And this video was
You're not running this show, Mr.
on 1/15. So 3 days from this date that this body camera says 1/15, he claims, this Ben character claims that he has a court date on the 18th. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. I would like to speak to Ben as well to find out. But, you know, we're dealing with a bunch of nonsense here.
Now you're
And actually, I could find out exactly where this occurred, because here are the coordinates of where it's at, the latitude and longitude. Right here is the 4103. Well, here's the latitude and longitude, and I'll find out exactly where that's at if I put that in the computer.
You're obstructing.
How are you running the show?
I'm the one that stopped you.
For what? Because I got a warrant?
How are you running the show? You got a gun and a badge and all the resources behind you. I'm pretty sure Ben's not running the show.
First of all, these plates are expired to even come back to this vehicle.
Because what?
The plates, the plates, again, the plates are expired and they're not coming back to that vehicle. So you're driving around with license plate in their jurisdiction.
Those plates on the back of your car does not even come to this vehicle.
What does that have to do with a warrant?
You have a warrant.
For what? And for where?
From the charges that Officer Zagali had.
He's listening.
I can't hear. I'm not going to listen to her nonsense.
Well, you know what? That's up to you.
He's on the phone with his attorney girlfriend again.
You don't want to listen.
Okay, if you do not go to the vehicle, I'm going to break this window and take you out.
Okay, Sade. So I got it on video. You say you're going to break.
Charnay's her name. Ben and Charnay.
My window phone, get out. You break it out, that's on you, bud. Go on and break it out. Go ahead.
I will.
Don't threaten him with a good time. He'll just fucking pull out his baton, his rasp, I should say, his retractable rasp, and just get ready to break your window out.
I'm waiting till the sergeant gets here, and we're going to break it.
Ohio, WPD. So that tells me where they're at. They're in probably Warren, Ohio, or West. I could look it up and find out what city he's in. I'm going to do that. This is going to be another one of my projects.
What's the problem?
He's not getting on the vehicle. He said break the window to get him out, so I was waiting for you to get here. Comes back to a Volvo. So the same charges we
Let me see if I can't see
dealt with
it.
in the past. We got him again.
Mr. You need to step out of the car, man, okay?
Let me see if I can't see a badge.
Because you have warrants.
Can you show me the paperwork that I have a warrant?
Yes, I will. You have 3 additional warrants.
Patch on
For failure to appear. For the fictitious, for the DUS, and what was the other one? Another one.
Yeah, there's 3
but there's 3 of them. Because apparently you missed the court date.
Plus you're driving under suspension.
And you're currently driving under suspension. Just don't make this any worse than it needs to be, dude.
Well, I'm not trying to make anything worse.
You're being non-compliant, okay?
I'm not being non-compliant.
Well, we're asking you to step out. It's a lawful order. But this...
You guys think that he should have stepped out? You guys think he should step out or stand his ground? What do you think? Come on, 3 of you in chat.
This is going to escalate, and you're going to catch more charges, which are felony charges.
You're not consent to any power.
She's not even an attorney.
The whole thing is we don't want to bust your window out. I would like you to step out. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to open, and we're going to bust your window out, and we're going to drag you out of there.
He said he's going to give me 5 seconds.
1,
and he's going to bust the window out.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Well, I guess he stood his ground, didn't he? Did anybody say what he should do? He stood his ground. He stood his ground. Open window.
Oh, yeah. Step out, Mr.
Step out of the car. I said step out of the car.
What are you doing?
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right down
I'm not even resisting. I'm not resisting.
Well, let me see. Let me see what the name of that city is right there on his patch.
I'm not even.
Sorry, guys. I got to slow this down for a reason. My apologies, but I need to see what the name of this. Oh, there we go. Something with a will. What was that again? Something with a will. What is that? Will. William, Ohio. Willard, Ohio. There you go. Now I found out where it's at. Thank you, good Lord. I knew I would find it eventually. So, Willard,
Now
Ohio.
the glass cut me in the face. That's all right that the glass cut me in the face? You're okay.
Little Willard. There it is. Willard, Ohio. So rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be contacting Willard, Ohio, and I'm going to dig into this, and I'm probably going to get the reports and whatnot and look up Willard, Ohio, what this guy's name is, and try and find him and ask him, why do you think that you can drive around with a license and claim you're not, or you're not in their jurisdiction? That you, I'd like to have the conversation with Ben and whatever his old lady's name is, Charnay, and these law enforcement officers here. This is the content that I'm going to bring to my channel, and I'm sure that some of you losers out here are going to watch this and jump on my bandwagon probably. But here we go. Let me screenshot that real quick. There we go. Screenshotted that, so now I have it. And I know exactly what city that was in.
They're tight on me. I'm going to readjust them. No, the cuffs are tight on me.
They're okay, I can fix my fingers in there. They're double.
You think that the cops are going to give you untight handcuffs? No, that's not going to happen.
Locked and cuffed.
Make sure you put my phones where I can see them. Don't try to reach for my groin area.
I'm not reaching for your groin.
Yes, you did. You just tried to touch my groin area.
Man, that's a...
He clearly he works for Pepperidge Farms. You trying to touch my groin area?
Violation. Why would you try to do that?
Have a seat.
Can I get in the truck?
Yeah, have a seat.
How can I have a seat like that? I got to step in.
He's a little aggressive. He's a little upset at what he's dealing with. You know, understandably. Just got his broken window and got a little cut on his face, as he says.
I'm supposed to have a seat standing up. I can't. Wow. And you didn't adjust these cuffs. They are not adjusted, man.
I teach this class in the academy.
Okay. All right.
He teaches that class in the academy.
3 months later, police find out Ben still hasn't taken care of his warrants or his fictitious...
Okay, now he's got incident number 3. Check this one out, ladies and gentlemen. Watch and see what happens with this incident. kind of more nonsense, but it gets better. I wouldn't say better, but it gets better. If you're looking for negative things to happen, it gets better. If you're looking for drama, it gets better.
Plates during yet another traffic stop, but this time his fake lawyer shows up in her vehicle and Ben hops in her back seat and locks the door. The fake lawyer then demands to see the official paperwork.
Ben jumps into the back seat of his girlfriend/attorney's car and locks the door. Smart.
That shows Ben's warrant for his arrest.
What is it saying? It said arrest. Let me see the front page too. I need to see everything.
This is the original. That's the copy.
Let me see the front page. Let me.
It's the same page.
Okay. Don't get smart. I'm not getting smart too.
Read it and then let him out.
I'm not getting it. No, you won't.
You're obstructing. You're going to go to jail too.
You're going to go to jail. You keep playing because you.
It's right here. It's right here.
Okay, let me read it. I don't see where it says arrest.
Well, he's from Willard, Ohio, which is a very small town just southwest of Cleveland. Anybody knows where Cedar Point is at? Have you ever been to Cedar Point, Ohio, the amusement park? The Amazement Park is what it really should be called. Well, actually, I think they did call it the Amazement Park. But he's just south of that, off of small little town.
Not bondable, must sit 20 days in jail.
Okay, where's the arrest part at?
This is a warrant for arrest. Open up.
And you are Nick Zengel?
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
been in Willard before.
You're going to see a judge right away, right?
I'm going to take him to jail. He's going to see a judge in the morning.
You're not going to see a judge right
I've been through the town of Willard multiple times. It's on US 224.
This is how it works. It's going to work the same time as the same way as last time.
And which way was that?
He goes to jail, and then he sees the judge in the morning.
Open the door.
Open the door.
I'm opening it. Don't touch my door handle. I got it. He can get out.
And do not use excessive force. And I'm not playing with any of you. And I want all your badge numbers.
You have mine already.
Okay, what's his?
I don't know.
Open the door now!
What's your badge number?
Open the door!
Open. Come on, Ben.
Okay, he's coming.
He's not.
Quit reaching for shit! Quit reaching! Open the door!
Thank you. Make him stand down, because I'm not playing.
I can't make him do anything.
Yes,
Get out, Ben. Get out.
Okay, he's finna get out. I'm about to unlock it. Yeah, I'm following him right now. And if you use excessive force, it's your ass. He got the door.
Step out.
Turn around, face car.
Okay, he is. Okay, and don't use excessive force, because I'm watching your ass.
Take my coat off. Take my coat off.
Here,
Well, I know where Ben works.
Take my coat off so she can get my coat.
Yeah, we got it.
Now, Zenga, you know you were defended to the lawsuit, right?
And I hope you ain't got your gun out. And I want your badge
I wonder if Ben still works at the same company. Kind of curious.
numbers now. Put it right there. Here, hand it to me. Hand it to me. Then go.
You want to go for obstruction?
Yeah,
Ain't no
I do.
obstruction. I don't care what you say. Hey, don't touch me! Hey, pull on me! I'll get out! I'll get out! I'm getting out!
Get out the car now! Don't reach the
He's under arrest.
I'm getting out!
Get off of her, man!
I'm stepping out! Stop! Let me go! Now don't do that, bitch.
Turn around!
You got me up. And you...
Cops got her fucked up.
I got it! No, don't you fucking touch me! Don't grab my wrist! Crazy, bro! Think and you just told him to do that! You know what's
You're under arrest for obstruction.
No, I didn't...
This is the problem with Moorish nationals, is that they're aggressive and they're angry and they're on the borderline of violence all the time. This is just a fact.
What is she instructing, Zenga?
You knew you were under arrest. She showed up in a car to pick you up and get you out of there.
Get him out of here. In the car. That does not make any sense, man.
You knew you had warrants. You barricaded yourself
So now he's got the sheriff on scene.
I did
inside.
not barricade myself.
You locked yourself in there.
Dude, did you see what your officer did to me? That doesn't make any sense.
Sit down.
I can't believe this, man.
You should just turn yourself in.
Look,
Sit.
hold on.
Sit.
Can you hold on a
No,
second?
I can't sit.
These fucking cuffs are tight, man.
Yeah, because you got big wrists, man. Come on.
Can you do this a little bit? It's cutting my wrist circulation off, brother. I promise.
This is the second time he's asked them to undo the cuffs a little bit, cutting his circulation. They're not going to do you any favors, Ben. You should probably learn this if you're going to, fight them in the streets and not just, hey, you know what? I should probably take care of these in the court somehow. You win some and you lose some, Ben.
Hey, I'll undo them. When we take you into the jail in there, I'll undo them, okay?
Okay. Are you taking me right away? Because this cut my wrist off.
Calm down.
No, you calm down.
All this didn't need to happen tonight.
No, I really
Why
don't
didn't you come out?
Why are you even coming to get me? For one, I just picked him up from work. What
You had
you just
warrants.
did
You
was
knew we were out
about-
there. You locked the door.
I did not lock the door in your face. My door's always locked, bro.
Him.
Off rip, he told me to come pick him up from work. I don't have to lie about shit. I'm counsel. I actually have my card.
Counsel. She's not counsel. She's his girlfriend claiming she's a lawyer. But hey, you can be an attorney of facts. It's your right as a sovereign.
Why didn't you just come out? Why'd you get your sister involved in this, man?
Man, look.
Oh, it's his sister? I thought it was his girlfriend, but it's his sister now. Oh, well, guess that explains it.
The stuff that happened to me last week, dude, I was afraid he was going to do something to me. I'm not even lying. I wasn't even bothering nobody, and I was afraid that somebody was going to do something to me.
Well, you gotta give it to Ben and his sister. I've never seen a brother sister be so militant in their fight against the government. But who am I?
You know you have warrants.
I'll get in the car, all right?
Get back in the car. You got big wrists. It's just something that happened, all right?
Oh, I gotta get my. Give me my up.
I'm not insubordinate at all. Oh, can you?
She's not insubordinate. I don't even think she knows what insubordinate is. But okay.
Let my window up because I don't consent to my car being searched. They don't have permission to search my car.
Okay, get in the car.
Kind of. Oh, there we go. Willard Police. Look at her. When you use the word insubordinate, that is related to being an employee. So technically, you are a owned piece of property, and you are a franchise. You're a subject. You're a person. You're an individual. You're all kinds of things, but you're just not man.
Shoes, pillows. His sister is more of one, but yeah, they're the Moorish Nation or whatever. And they've already sued the judge, both judges up here, the law director, all that, pretty much the whole police
Well, I'm gonna have to look up the lawsuit.
department. I don't know what they're trying to prove.
Ben and his fake lawyer were taken to jail without further incident. While the fake lawyer was charged with obstruction, Ben was charged with failure to identify and obstructing official business for the first incident, totaling a bond of $6,000. For the second incident, he was charged with driving.
Well, where's the case number, man? Come on.
An unsafe motor vehicle,
Oh,
fictitious plates, and non-compliance. For the third incident, he was charged with 2 counts of fictitious registration, driving with a suspended license, non-compliance, failure to comply with a police officer, failure to disclose personal information, and obstructing official business during Ben's trial, where he showed up with.
Where we see true. Therefore, I order and decree a true case of TRD. All right, there we go. We got a case number there. Let me have to screenshot that. All right, got that. That's the actual case number. But
his fake lawyer. The court rendered its verdict and imposed sentence, but then Ben shouted gibberish to drown out the judge. For all incidents, he was ordered to serve 330 days of jail time.
Oh, you got lucky. But
only 60 days were required due to the rest being suspended. He was placed on probation for 2 years and was ordered to pay $880 in fines and $680 court costs. During trial, he consistently disrupted court with Moorish sovereign arguments.
What would you do if someone claimed they weren't bound by this?
Well, I don't know who this guy is, but he's a highly decorated retired Philly police officer, 25 years. They really don't want to hear anything that he's got to say. So, yeah, if you guys don't understand what just occurred there, stick around. I'll show you a little more down the road. That was a pretty sad sight of what a sovereign in the Moorish national community has done. I'm going to continue to bring you videos and insight on the difference between the Moorish national movement and a sovereign movement in general. Not saying that all of them are that way. Not saying that all the state nationals are non-violent, because there are some that are. So it goes back and forth. But if everybody that was attempting to become sovereign or were sovereign joined forces, it would be a different picture. It would be a different view. It's something's got to give here. And I get that most people are comfortable doing what they're doing. There's multiple ways that you can address your sovereignty. You can still have a job. You can still pay your Social Security. You can still have, your benefits. You can still pay taxes if you choose. You can choose to not pay taxes. There's many things that you can do. Many avenues. You could have a license plate on your vehicle if you choose to. You put everything in a trust. You start an LLC, you put that LLC in a trust, and then you can plate your vehicle under the LLC as a vehicle for that corporation or the limited liability corporation, and you would literally have a plate, and then when they ran the plate, it would come back to your corporation. You could call your corporation anything you wanted to. You could say Eat a Dick Police. So it would come up to Eat a Dick Police Corporation, but it won't have your personal name attached to it. And if you go through Wyoming, you really don't have your name attached to your corporation. In Michigan, you have to file articles of incorporation, and then if the cop decided to go further and dig into it and find out who the corporation was owned by, they would get your real name, yada, yada, yada. But most cops ain't doing that. So there's multiple ways that you could remain within the system while being sovereign. There's so many avenues that you could choose. It's a de jure. It's kind of like going to a restaurant and pulling up the menu and you picking and choosing how you want to approach your sovereignty. It's not a cut and dry, you must do it this way, and there's no other versions. There's no other caveats that are attached to it. It's not just an entree. You can have a salad, you can have dessert, you can have appetizer, you can have as many appetizers as you want, you can have many desserts as you want. But at the end of the day, you're still going to be sovereign. You just have to pick and choose what's best for you. Just like going to a restaurant, you have to pick and choose what meal you're going to eat that's best for you. So stick around, pay attention down the road or not. Can't force you to do it. And you can learn a little bit. And eventually, I'm going to correct my status, and you can live vicariously through me, and you can enjoy the experiences that I have, whether I'm having positive results or I'm having negative results. I'm going to actually take the information, I'm going to put it to use, I'm going to live what I preach, and I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm not saying I'm going to be successful. I'm going to have some setbacks. I may have some wins, some successful moments, and it's the way it goes. That's the difference between peaceful slavery and dangerous freedom. It's what you want. It's what's in your heart. It's what you know as true. If you want to pay taxes, if you want to follow the orders of a guy in a law enforcement outfit and do what he says, and you want to vote, that's your choice. That's part of the de jure. That's part of God giving you the free will. You have two systems. Being sovereign, you can live in the de jure, and if you want to be a citizen, you'll live in the de facto. It's legalese. Many of you don't know legalese, but stick around and I'll teach you some stuff. I'll share information. Teaching is kind of an insultive word. I'll share information with you. How's that? Does it make you feel better? And if you want to understand, and understand is not a word that I like to use. If you want to comprehend, if you want to learn through the sharing of information and maybe approach this or not, or just have an insight. So you stop running around telling people that individuals that are sovereign citizens, because they're not. What I refer to as a sovereign citizen is somebody who, more likely than not, is involved in the First Amendment genre, who run around with a camera and insist on recording law enforcement because it's my rights. Those people want freedom, but they don't understand. They don't comprehend how to achieve true sovereignty, freedom, aka freedom. So they push the buttons. They are using civil disobedience as an avenue to prove their point or to achieve their goal, which you'll never achieve your goal through civil disobedience. Not in an aggressive manner, not in a confrontational manner. You can achieve civil disobedience and be a peaceful individual, a peaceful man, not an individual, because that term is jurisdictional. You can be a peaceful man and not participate in the insanity. So the First Amendment community, many of them, the majority of them, are who should be labeled sovereign citizens, because they are citizens attempting to become sovereign without following the jurisdictional rules of the statutes, codes, and ordinances. So I know I'm talking in circles, but hey, I don't script my streams. I just talk off the cuff and spew a lot of my immediate thoughts and whatnot. Now, if I was to sit down and put it on paper and produce an actual video, not conduct a live stream, it'd be a little easier for you guys to go, oh my God, this guy's just rambling on. But hey, I personally believe that it's easier to show you than it is to tell you. So eventually I will be showing you exactly how to do it. And in the meantime, before I get to that point, I'll show you others who are conducting themselves as sovereign. In all aspects, I'll show you Moorish reactions. I'll show you citizens who try to be sovereign, who get negative reactions. I'll show you state nationals who know how to conduct their engagement with law enforcement when they are involved in a traffic stop. I'll show you all the gamuts of everybody that's in this genre, or this community. So anybody wants to understand back up. Anybody who wants to comprehend, stick around. I'm trying to get away from the insanity of what's been happening on this channel for the last 3 months, 4 months. And I will get away from it. It's just a matter of time. Like some say, it don't happen overnight. But it will happen. Rest assured, it will happen. Until the next stream on Bad Apple Media, take it easy. Stay out of trouble. Don't harass anybody. Don't make up false claims. Don't try to be the victim of anybody. But I know that won't happen, right? Don't be anybody's victim. Don't claim you're a victim. Don't claim you're a victim when you're the victimizer. Understand your God-given natural rights. Stand on those rights, and especially the truth. Don't claim that you're a part of the truth or you are truth when you are not truth. That doesn't look very good in your in the viewpoints of others staring at you. Don't claim that you're against the police state. Don't claim that you're against government overreach. Don't claim that you're against the surveillance system that's in this country. Don't claim that you're against the social media credit scores. Don't say that you're against something and claim that that's what you stand for, and then go and do the total and complete opposite. It makes you look like a goddamn idiot. But not to the ones that you are associated with. The ones you're associated with, they don't see you as an idiot. They see you as a useful subject to provide them with content and drama to maintain their status quo in their creative little channels. Stand on your fucking principles, man. Stand on your principles. Don't just talk about principles. Literally stand on them. And don't manipulate the system that you're against to satisfy your own narcissistic needs, your desires, your indeficiencies. Because that's exactly what you're doing. Some of you can't smell the shit on your own knees. And maybe you need to step back and take a big hard look in the mirror and wonder exactly what it is that you want. What is it that you want from somebody that you're making up nonsensical, farcical stories about them? I am a dangerous man. I'm dangerous to the United States corporation. I am an extremely dangerous man to those who present lies as truth, because you'll get nothing but truth here. So until the next time, here on Bad Apple Media with the truth here at Bad Apple Media has to go. He's going to have dinner with his daughter and granddaughter because he has a life, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you guys should try that. Go enjoy life. Get off the internet for at least a couple hours a day. Reduce your internet consumption. Give it a try. You might enjoy the fresh air, getting out in public, mingling and talking to other people than those that are on a screen. Have a real conversation. Actually enjoy your existence and don't be such a miserable fucking prick. Peace out.
I be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto. Hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker